Yeah.
Drink 7. Fix it WIS 10.
All right. Let me see really quick. I think we got some people who are not muted. Let me just mute out everybody really quick. All right, Brittany, when it's y'all's turn, you'll just have to unmute. I muted everybody. All right, perfect. Welcome, everybody. My name is Blair Critch. This is Ryan Critch. We also have special guests tonight, Brittany and Matt Bridwell, that I'll be introducing them in just a few minutes. But we're so excited to have you guys on here tonight to hear a little bit more about an amazing opportunity with Ellie MD. So I want to share a couple of stats that we actually just heard today from our CEO. Every single month, we have a really amazing call called the Clover Connect, where they hop on and they celebrate all the amazing things that are happening in the company as well as people. And today we heard that this company has grown 15x in less than a year. You know, LEMD was created last June, so it's not even a year old yet. Plus, they have doubled their revenue 4 times in the last year. Like, that's crazy. So my husband Ryan owns a real estate business down here in South Florida. Like, those numbers,
I'd love to double that.
right? As a business owner, it's pretty incredible. 4 times in a year. 5,000 plus brand partners have joined this company since June, and they have paid out $8 million in commissions since June 1st. Like, that is so incredible, you guys, and it's so exciting. So we are so thankful that somebody invited you to be here tonight, and we're going to share with you a little bit about what makes LEMD different and what makes us so special. So first thing is, obviously, it starts with growth, right? And the opportunity. Well, right now, if you have not heard about peptides, you are under a rock, because peptides are all the rage. And you might be wondering, like, what is a peptide? All a peptide is a strain of amino acids that are bunched together. They're already inside of us. And if it's 50 or less, it's called a peptide. If it's more than 50, it's actually called a protein. Now, one of the really cool things about peptides is they're therapeutic, they're regenerative, they help heal your body. So since COVID, I will say that's when I saw a massive growth in this industry, because people started looking at alternative methods, right, for healing, especially things like long haul COVID and issues that people were having afterwards. They started looking for other ways to heal their body. And that is what really exploded the peptide market. You might hear things like GLP-1 for weight loss or longevity. You might have heard of NAD or glutathione or BPC 157. Those seem to be the big ones that most people have heard about. And so what's exciting about peptide market is it's projected to grow to 17.8 billion was 17.8 billion in 2022 to 35.2 billion in 2032, which is pretty incredible. And when you put that together with the telehealth space, it's set to soar to 35.75 billion in 2024, moving from that to 160.45 billion in 2034. Here's the thing. I saw this opportunity in August and I knew I had to jump in. I am an ovarian cancer survivor. I have been in the direct sales, affiliate marketing, social sharing network space since 2009. But I saw a change when I was going through my cancer during COVID of 2021, or yeah, 2020.
2020.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
2020, 2021. And the biggest thing that I saw was telehealth, right? If you guys are familiar with telehealth, like, you could literally go on Amazon now and listen, when Amazon's doing something, you know you need to pay attention. And when Amazon started having telehealth on there, I could literally go on and tell them my symptoms and oh, Chris, you're writing on our screen. I could literally get a prescription sent to my local pharmacy. I mean, that's pretty mind-blowing, right? And my dad is really big into the stocks, and he's always taught me, you look for what's happening in the market around you, what's going on around you. And the big ones right now are these longevity companies that are getting into peptide therapy, especially with GLP-1, telehealth, and AI. And when I met Honey Sagari, our CEO and founder, and heard her mission, I knew I had to partner with this company. Honey Sagari is a biochemist. She created this company because she was in the more of the end of life. Because when she was growing up, she moved here as an immigrant with her family. They moved into a neighborhood in Jersey that was actually a 55 and older neighborhood. And when her parents moved them in there, what happened? Her new friends became all these older people that were living in that community. And they taught her English. They helped her with her homework. They became her friends. And she said she started going to more funerals than birthday parties. And that's that's when she realized, I want to get into this world. And she started with the geriatric world. She even went to some amazing universities, including Michigan, which we're big Go
Go
Blue fans,
blue.
and helped create a program there. And then started her own home healthcare company that she ended up selling because she did not want to be at the end of life. She wanted to teach preventative health. And that's how she created Ellie MD, which is really a Trojan horse. On the outside, it looks like we sell peptides, and that's a huge market right now. But really, on the inside, it's about the education. It's about what she's sharing with people every single week on our Thursday night educational series about educating them about nutrition, health and wellness, having doctors, experts, cardiologists, even sex experts on, because all of these things are important for your health in the preventative health space. She's created not only an amazing company here, but a movement that is really unbelievable. And as you can see, there are so many people that this opportunity has impacted with their health, because one of the biggest levers is our weight, right? So once we can pull that lever, start losing that weight, then our other health issues start to kind of fall in line. And then we can start taking care of those as well. What makes peptides different and special is that, like I said before, they're regenerative, they're healing. They literally go into your body and they find what's going on and they heal it. Also, you can stack multiple peptides together and get even more healing, where a lot of medications that you might be getting at your doctor's office, prescription drugs, that sometimes has its own side effects. After cancer, I had to be on some, and those had side effects. So what do? They write you more scripts for more things. And also, a lot of medications that you get from your doctor, prescription drugs, have not been tested how they interact with each other, where peptides have actually been tested how they interact with each other. So it's really cool. And you can see how it's literally impacting people's lives. And one of those lives is my sweet friend, Brittany, and her amazing husband, Matt. I was on a Zoom with them a couple months ago when Brittany first started, which has not been that long. And I remember them saying, like, what is really the potential here? Like, what can really happen with this business? And what do you think? How could this impact our family? And like, let's go through some numbers. And I'll never forget that Zoom, because Brittany is a nurse, and I just saw an amazing potential for her here, not only from her background, but her heart for people and how much she cares about them and wants to really impact people's lives. And she can make such a huge impact here. So I am so thankful, Brittany and Matt, that you guys said yes, that you jumped in with both feet. And I would love for you guys to share a little bit about how this has impacted both of you, your family, and your marriage.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having
Yes,
us.
thank you.
And we're so thankful we said yes. Like, this has truthfully been life changing for us. It's just an honor to be able to even speak to so many people and share what it's doing in our lives. Because I mean, just a few short months ago when we talked to Blair, I mean, she was like, Brittany, this is going to be big. Like, but I guess we could have never dreamed so big. So, but I just wanted to tell you a little bit about our story and how it's transformed not only our career, but our family's health and our finances, and most importantly, paving the way for our future. So, as a mom of three and a nurse that has her master's degree, I'm actually a nurse practitioner, and I've spent years in healthcare, devoting my life to taking care of others. And over time, like, during this time, I've partnered with multiple companies. I've tried every diet out there. I've probably been a part of multiple network marketing companies, and nothing compares to LEMD. But I will say that when I said yes to this on August 24th of 2024, I had no idea what we were stepping into. I just knew that Kelly called me and she said, I've got a really great opportunity for you. And I know with you being in healthcare that this is something you want to hear about. And I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't even want to take her call. I was kind of like, Kelly, I can't, I don't have a plate. My plate's full. I can't take anything else. I was working a 40-hour work week. Matt's also in healthcare and he works long hours. And so it's just like, how can I take on any more with three young children? And so, we talked about it. We prayed about it, did a little research on the company, what little bit was out there at the time. And both decided that it was where God was leading us and it was the next steps for us. And so we jumped in with both feet. And although, we had no idea at the time. I mean, at the time, the company, there was so little out there. We just had GLPs and a few products. It's like, how do we do this? How do we share this? Nobody's heard about LEMD, and that was kind of the beauty of it. Like, we got to share the first parts of LEMD. And I think it's just so cool to even reflect on just 8 months ago, 9 months ago, where we were and where we are now. But I will say that yesterday we received the biggest paycheck that I've ever had in my career. And I mean, from having a master's degree in nursing, you kind of imagine, okay, I'm going to make really good money. You know, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to get my advanced degree. And it just hasn't been the case. And so to see the numbers on the paycheck yesterday, I mean, I think both of us were just like, we're really thankful we said yes to this, and really thankful that we let God kind of got our steps in that. And he just continues to bless us, and we are so thankful for that. But more than just financial, obviously from a health standpoint, we what mattered to me most about LEMD was where we sourced our peptides from, because before I put my name on something, I wanted to make sure that we were with reputable pharmacies, that we were with reputable people, that, you know, especially being in healthcare and knowing that people are looking to me and trusting me. So I wanted to make sure that before I put my name behind it, that it was a good decision for not only me, but for us. And so at first I started on GLP, I was with another med spa, and realized that I just wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And I was like, you know, around that same time, Kelly reached out, and so it just worked out. I transitioned to LEMD products, and I could tell the difference almost immediately. It's just crazy what putting premium grade, pharmaceutical grade peptides in your body does, and how it changes you truly from the inside out. So the one thing that being on a GLP has done for me is it's allowed me to like retrain my brain, and I'm no longer fearing food. I'm no longer scared to be in the kitchen because I'm going to eat everything in sight. And it's not that I sat and binged eat, but I love sweets. I love a good nighttime snack. I love, you know, it's just one of those things that it was really hard for me. And I mean, I remember when we first got married and even working night shift as nurses, and when we would, I mean, our mealtime was never normal, but like when we would eat, you know, it was just never anything healthy. But I would always go to the gas station and stop and get candy and all the things that I thought I needed to get through. But I would have that crash in the middle of the shift, you know, because it's like I was trying to do anything I could to help, you know, keep me energized. But really, I was working against, you know, that vicious cycle. So it's just so nice now that the food noise is gone. I've lost 60 pounds and continuing to lose. I can actually walk in my closet, and I'm not scared to walk in my closet. I finally have clothes that fit. And I'm starting to recognize the girl in the mirror again, because for so long I didn't know who she was. And I mean, I look back on even just a few months ago when we were in Cabo, and I'm seeing those pictures, and I'm like, I knew that I was, you know, I was already on a journey, but I just hadn't really stepped into that true weight loss where I was really changing my looks and going back to the Brittany before kids. And, you know, and so I'm just so thankful to be able to get that version of me back, because although I'm, you know, now a mom, my identity's changed, you know, and I've aged some. There's a few more, you know, stretch marks and forehead lines, but at the end of the day, still being able to look in the mirror and see that I've lost the weight, and it's, you know, truly changing my life. It's just been such a blessing. And so I just say that if you're contemplating this, do it, because it truly has been life changing for us. And we can't wait for the future, and we can't wait to see where LEMD goes, because we know that this is truly just the beginning.
Awesome. Matt, anything you want to share? Anything that was like has stood out to you with Brittany being able to be at home more? And
I mean, I love the fact that she's been at home. I mean, I think this has definitely helped her improve her health quite a bit. And then just with the ease of this, I mean, just her mood, just her joy. She just seems so much, I guess, so brighter when she smiles. I mean, she loves the fact that the clothes that used to fit a long time ago, that she was always hesitant, that, you know, that again seem to just still fall off of her now, that the weight just seems to come off. And then honestly, the financial part is even better, just especially the check we got the other day. I mean, that's just even a better boost, in addition to all the stuff that it's done for her and her health.
And I think the community around this, I think that's what's such a beautiful part of this. Like, we have such an incredible community, because, you know, I feel like our team just kind of stands out in that. Like, we have incredible leadership, but we also have people who are leading the way, paving the way for us to all be leaders and all be successful. And so just meeting new friends and having deeper relationships with people is something that I'm truly so thankful for. And that I told Kelly I didn't realize how much I needed the day that she called me. I told her not long after that, I'm like, Kelly, I didn't realize how much I needed this. Like I was in a state of, I don't know, like I was working a job I was unhappy with. I was at home every day, but I wasn't at home. I wasn't present. And now I can be present with my children, and now I can be present with my husband, and feel like I'm contributing financially. And it's just truly such a blessing.
And I think the support that you get through this, just with everyone else in the program, I mean, it's not like you're doing this by yourself. Any question you have, it's immediately answered. I mean, I feel like she always has people encouraging her, and I think that's been really great too.
That's a great point. Oh, thanks you guys so much for sharing tonight.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so awesome.
So awesome.
All right. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more too about how does this work, right? And so basically when you go to the website, you can see that we are focused on longevity, weight loss, and sexual health. Soon to come, blood diagnostic kits will be coming hopefully by the end of the summer, which will then lead us into another exciting category of men's hormone replacement therapy and then women's hormone replacement therapy going into 2026. We also just came out with a skin serum that is mind-blowing. It's on pre-launch right now, and it's so exciting because it has such amazing properties in it, like NAD, GHKCU, and my absolute favorite with it, which is called spilinthenol. I'm sure I just butchered that, but it is basically a plant-based Botox, and it's amazing. Like I can already tell such a difference in my forehead. Ryan has not gotten to try it yet because I had a sample and I'm not sharing, but it is amazing. So you go on the site, you pick whatever product that you want, and how do you know what product? You can read. We have so much education on the site, so much education on our Thursday night education series, and all of the brand partners can always point you in a direction of what they think is best for you. You put that product in your cart, and then you fill out a telehealth form. So that's actually for the doctor. And then the doctor decides if you're approved or denied based on your medical history and your information. If you're approved, it goes to our compound pharmacy, which is 503A. They make the product for you based on what your information is. Then it gets shipped out directly to you, to your home. You get email directions, you get directions in the box, and you also have the support of all of us on this team. We have a whole Facebook group of support as well as the person who you ordered with. And like Brittany said, we are different. We stand out because we are NABP certified. We use the highest grade pharmacies. Actually, one of our pharmacies where we get our GLP-1 triple purifies, which is really unheard of. That allows you to have the purest, cleanest, and also when you inject, most likely not to have any kind of issue going on at all, which is pretty amazing. I have been so happy with these products because like I said, I was already on a lot of these prior. So Ryan and I, this is some pictures of us. We're going to share a little bit about what I know.
Two?
Who are these
those
people?
two people?
So this is us before we started on GLP-1, NAD, glutathione, and BPC 157, TB 500. Those are our favorite ones that we stay on pretty consistently. You can see at the bottom of my picture when I was bald, that's what started this whole journey. Going through that ovarian cancer, I was determined to come out the other end and be healthier than I ever was before. It was the best wake-up call I could have ever had in my life. It taught me to use that oxygen mask on myself first. And just like they always say on the airplane. And now our family is the healthiest we've ever been. So I'm going to let Ryan share a little bit about his experience. And then I literally have 9 major points because I have been in this industry for a long time. And I want you guys to understand what makes this company so unique and different. So Ryan, will you share a little bit about what you've seen and experienced?
Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, the first thing is that for her to go through what she went through was awful, obviously living through that, but it has changed not only our family, our kids' lives, my parents' lives as well, because now they're healthy. I mean, both have lost a ton of weight. They're going to the gym, they're swimming, they want to see my kids. It's like it completely changed the definite, in our mind aging, right? Like I don't feel 49 years old at all. I don't feel like I should have a 21-year-old, right? An 18-year-old, but we do. And it's just that was the pivot point. So thank you for doing all of the research and everything, that you do. So one of the things I wanted to touch on was that we made a decision. What was important to us? We're both huge vision board people, set goals, set intentions, things like that. And the number one thing for us is we want to be in optimal physical and mental health so that our kids are, we're going to be empty nesters. So now we're focused on the grandkids. So what does life look like in 10, 15, 20 years. So not only does LEMD give us the products that help us with the longevity, help us to be in a better health, but the financial opportunity, we decided that we want to chase seasons. So we live in Florida and it's beautiful here a lot of the time, but there's certain months where I would rather be in Alabama or Utah. So from the financial side of things, we want a lake house, we want a mountain house, kids to graduate debt free. So that was a decision that we made, and just encouraging Blair to get started and then watching the growth. I mean, when you start off going to something and she doesn't chase the money, she chases helping people. And there was a gap over the last couple years where she would try a couple different things and I just couldn't see, I didn't see her face light up. It wasn't the right community, it wasn't the right product. And then all of a sudden she met Honey and she's like, Ryan, you have to meet this person. You've got to come. We're having an event. And just seeing that joy come back to her face, that support, the energy, waking up early, doing all your calls, I mean, she could fall asleep at 7:30 and here we are doing Zooms at 7:30. She's like, I have a Zoom 8:39. I'm like, what? Like, who are you? And it's all from the different products and just the energy that comes from the community. So I'm so grateful for the last 9 months I'm gonna get emotional. Yeah.
Aw. Thanks, babe. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thanks for sharing. And honestly, like as entrepreneurs in our home, we understand multiple streams of income and the power of that. So if you're on here tonight and that's why you're on here, like we get you. And I'm not looking at the chat right now, but we will look at it and answer some questions at the end. But having multiple streams of income in the economy that we're in right now is really important. So the income and the lucrative potential here is incredible. And I want to point out a few things to you guys, because like I said, I have been in this industry since 2009. I've seen a lot of comp plans. I've seen a lot of people share things with me, and I want to share with you guys what makes this one different. So first of all, it's a residual passive income on orders of all products. All of our products are either a 2-month or a 3-month run, and we have 91% renewal rate on our products. You get paid every month on these orders, not just the first month, because a lot of companies out there, especially in the peptide world, their affiliate, they'll pay you on that first month, but you don't get to keep earning after that. So you can earn anywhere, like let's say, for example, for GLP-1, you could earn $42 to $92 on those orders. And imagine if you shared it with 20 people, what that would look like in a month, right? We also earn commissions on our own orders. Yes, your own products. Ryan and I were spending over $2,000 on peptides when I met LEMD. Now we actually order through LEMD as our own customers underneath ourselves, and we get paid commission off that. So not only are these products actually less expensive than what I was paying from the exact same pharmacy with LEMD, but we also make a commission off of it. We can enroll more than one brand partner in our family that lives at the same address as long as they're 18 and up. You guys, that's huge. Ryan has an account, and let me tell you, he did really well yesterday on his pay. And I have an account, and that is really exciting. We can both build this business together, which helps each other out. There's no breakaway in this compensation plan. If you understand the industry, you know that means if you work really hard and you support all of your rock stars, you're going to get rewarded for that. So they don't have to break away when they hit a new rank. The title brand partner, like let's talk about that. We're called brand partners because LEMD partners with us. We're not out on our own. The corporate team is partnered with us. And I don't want to be an affiliate for a company. That means like you're just getting paid here and there. I am a partner with this company, with the corporate team. They listen, they value to what we say, they bring out the products that we're begging for, and they help us. And that's what's exciting. Also, we're a volume-based company. So I don't need other people on my team to rank up in order to hit my goal. That takes the ick factor away. I love that. When you have to pull other people along so that they hit a certain rank in order for you to hit a certain rank, it feels very icky. And I love that LEMD took that out of the compensation plan. Also, we're already making comma checks. That's right. Over here with Wi-Fi company by working on our phones, right? We work this business through our phones, our laptops, our iPads. A lot of us have families. We're fitting this into those nooks and crannies of our life. And here's another one that's really huge. No inventory. We are out of the red and usually month one of your business making money immediately. We are basically professional pointers. And then last but not least, one-time fee of $79. That means you don't have to pay every year. It's a one-time fee of $79 to join. and then $5 a month for your website. And you have the opportunity in your first 30 days to earn back $50 of that 79 by bringing in $500 in volume in your first 30 days, which is a couple of orders. And due to privacy also in HIPAA, it's a very private and simple space, meaning I don't have to be in all the details with my customers, right? If they want my help, they're going to ask me for it because it is a privacy thing. It is a HIPAA thing. We are pointers and the doctors and the nurses do the work for you. If somebody's feeling nauseous or they're like, oh man, I've got this headache for a couple days, what do? They reach out to our support and our support gets them in touch with the medical team and gets them what they need. So we don't have to do any of those things, which is really cool. So those are the big reasons why for me, it was a heck yes. Like I didn't have to think twice when I met our CEO and heard all of those things and saw our compensation plan because it is so unique and so different. And you can earn 20 to 40% commission on everything you earn. Like I said, you can get that $50 rebate in the first 30 days. And the fact that you can have your own order, you can be your own customer is really amazing. Now, you can see here, this is the compensation plan based on orders, right? So if you sell 500 or more, you're earning 25% commission for the month, 1,000, 2,500, but you get to that 5,000, which actually happens really quick. I think month one, I was at like 3,000. The next month I was over 5,000. I was earning 40% commission. This right here, the dollar per customer is based on semaglutide tier 1, which is GLP-1 plus B12. So if you're earning it at 20%, you're making $44 per customer. If you're earning it at 40%, you're making $88 per customer. If this was tirzepatide, it would be 92 at that 40% mark. And so, and this is kind of a guide right here. It won't always be the same, but this is based on if you have GLP-1 orders, this is how many you need to get to that spot. Might seem like a lot, but you'd be so surprised. So many people right now are looking, where do I find these products? How do I get my hands on them? I don't understand. I need some help. I actually had a lot of people in the beginning came over from other places like med spas, like Brittany shared, because either they weren't getting results or they weren't getting support. So we offer all of that here. And we have these one-time rank advancement bonuses that if they stack on each other, it's $1,500 cash, which is so exciting. And it might seem like, wow, I don't even know how that would be possible, but it adds up very quickly. A lot of people on our team hit this in their very first 30 or 60 days in the business. And also we have monthly lifestyle bonuses. So you might hear other companies talk about their auto bonus or other things like that. Ours is just straight cash, which I love because
Me too.
yeah, we were in another company and we had to have a certain kind of car and
Certain color,
certain
certain year.
Yep, certain year. And it was like every 5 years I had to get a new one or I wasn't going to make the same amount of money on that bonus. And so here you earn lifestyle bonuses. And so based on whatever rank you are and whatever spot you've hit, you get that. And it's reoccurring every month that you hit that. It's not just a one-time bonus. It's every single month. So I get that $3,000 bonus every single month that I hit the rank that I'm at now, which is really exciting. Plus, that's not it. We also have incentive trips and retreats. So talking about what Brittany said about community, like that is a big important thing for me. I really love to be around other people, especially people that are like-minded that I can learn from and that I can engage with and have fun. And that's what these trips are all about. So we have a big trip coming up to the Dominican Republic, to Punta Cana in the fall that we're all earning right now. And that's really exciting because it's an all-inclusive, everything's paid for. You get to go and enjoy yourself. You can bring your spouse or a friend, whoever you want. And we also have all kinds of retreats. So people who have hit the director level, I think we're going to have like 30 or 40 people coming in July to our CEO's home in Palo Alto, California, and getting to enjoy that event as well. So these events are pretty incredible because not only are you building community, but you learn and you grow from other people in the company too. We learn what people are doing, how they're doing it, and that helps us all grow and be even more successful. So I know we shared a lot with you guys tonight. We threw a lot at you. I'm going to look in the chat and see if there's any questions there. Brittany and Matt, do you have anything you wanted to add in? They can unmute themselves. But thank you for
No,
trying.
I don't think so. I think you covered it all, but thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, we're so thankful you guys
Yes.
joined. I'm just looking to see if there are any questions. If anybody would like to unmute and ask a question, feel free. I'm going to stop the recording just so we don't record anybody's question.